we're just recording this call for educational purposes, and you will receive the recording, so you don't need to take notes, okay? What is a mastermind for those of you who are a little more newbies to this? Well, it's actually been around for 2 centuries. It was originated by Napoleon Hill. How many of you know Napoleon Hill from Think and Grow Rich? I may mute some people if you're loud. Okay. Okay, and welcome Thorsten from Vancouver and Sandra. Excellent. So, Dr. Sandra. All right. So basically, how many of you know Napoleon Hill? Let me see it in the chat or tell me out loud. So he started.
Yes.
Excellent. 2 centuries ago. So it's basically a meeting of the minds and the hearts. It's a think tank. That's a modern language. A safe, smart, and focused share platform like this to share resources, points of view, contacts, ideas, best practices, opinions, etc. We're all like-minded and like-hearted people because you're entrepreneurs, business owners, you believe in bettering yourself and bettering the community around you. You're all successful. So masterminds do contribute to further your success. Okay. So does anybody, in summary, basically, and I emailed you the definition as well. In this group, in this mastermind group, you will have the opportunity to get access to entirely new ideas, insights, and contacts. So you will be getting feedback from your peer group on whatever issue or situations you choose to share. For today's theme, we, under popular request, we decided to have an overall theme topic of investment, which could be really any investment in your resources, money, time, energy, people, in your own business. Okay, so I'm muting everybody because there is a little bit of echo, and just unmute yourself when you want to speak, okay? So let me see here. Okay. All right. Any questions so far before we start? Is it clear? Okay, so what happens during a mastermind? Number one, let's just go in a round robin, 30 seconds each, and I want you, well, your name we can more or less see, especially if you are on video. If not, announce your name, and we'll go in a round robin. I'll unmute you, and just announce your name and basically a passion of yours, maybe where you're connecting from, okay? And then we will choose a person to be in the hot seat, basically in the middle of the group, who will present an issue, a problem, or a challenge, a question that the group will give feedback on. And I'll be the timekeeper and make sure there is a good flow. Everybody can have a turn. And basically, every feedback is good. There is no right or wrong. Don't filter, don't censor, because that can trigger and spark the most creativity in somebody else or in the person in the hot seat. Are we clear so far? Okay, thank you, Julie, for summarizing. Yeah. And so just trust your instincts. And I sent you some examples of questions that you can ask the group, but really trust where you're at right now in life, and any doubts you may want, you have, any any peer support you may want, and just share it with the group, okay? All right. So when you present yourself, be brief and concise, because that way everybody can speak. All right. So I'll start with my 30-second presentation, and then we'll go in alphabetical order. So my name is Dr. Elena Pesini. Most of you know me, and I am Italian-American. I'm a doctor in industrial organizational psychology, which is a very boring name. They really should change it for science of your career, your business. So how many of you love your career? I think all of you do, yeah? Or you wouldn't be here. And I just love working with people and animals. And there you go. So always love to connect like-minded and like-hearted people like you. So Konstantin, who just joined from Italy and Russia, I think. Would you like to introduce yourself? 30 seconds. Go for it.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Konstantin Zavinovsky. I'm Ukrainian, but I've been living in Italy for almost 20 years. And I have a postal service business in Italy together with a friend, which name is David Campomaggiore. I don't know whether he's connected or not.
Yes.
I think yes. Okay. And I don't know okay. I'm connected by my phone because sure, I can't get connected by computer. Okay. And so for that's all.
Okay.
For now.
Thank you so much. And David, go for it.
Hi, Elena. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry for the late. I was feeding my dog.
That's important. Okay, good. Just tell us who you are in 30 seconds and a passion of yours.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm David Campomaggiore. I'm an entrepreneur. I work in different business, such as gold. I buy gold, scrap gold from people, and I have a business of House Organ. It's a magazine for a condos administrator and something else. So my passion is paragliding and snowboarding. That's it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, David. And Cheryl, go for it, from Seattle. Introduce yourself. Cheryl? Okay, let me unmute you. Go for it.
Thank you, Elena. This is Cheryl Martin from Seattle, Washington, and I'm an entrepreneur. I help people be prepared for unseen emergencies like earthquakes, floods, and all the other things that happen around here by having food and supplies on hand. And my passion is investing in gold and silver.
Oh. Perfect. You gotta talk to David later, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. And Dawn, let me see. Sorry. 347.
That's me, Elaine. Sorry, everyone. I got caught up in the middle of the train. Had to leave my house. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Giuseppe Speranza. I'm from New York. Half Dominican, half Italian. Grew up in New York City most of my life. worked on Wall Street for 4 years. Then I worked at a nonprofit helping students of color get into Wall Street.
Okay.
Okay. And I am currently a day trader, mostly focused on equities and options. And I'm starting a career coaching business as well.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Giuseppe. And Don Lehner? Don?
Can you hear me now? Come back to me, Elena.
Yeah. Fix your mic, please. Okay, 610. 610.
Hey, Elena, it's Marty Matika. Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Marty.
Hey, how's it going? So I'm Marty Matika. I'm a therapist and divorce specialist outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I support people going through a divorce. I support kids going through a divorce. Really, divorce is my specialty. And something I really love, my biggest passion in life is being a father to my 6.5-year-old daughter. So that's a little bit about me.
Wonderful. I love it. Thank you, Marty. And 702, is that Dawn again? That's 702.
Can you hear me? Is it clear on this line?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
All right. So hi, everybody. Nice to see some familiar faces and some new faces and some square boxes on the screen. My name is Don Lehner. I am here based in the Las Vegas market, originally from the San Francisco Bay Area. But I'm in the industry of real estate buying, selling, and portfolio building with using real estate for building that portfolio. There are projects that I work on, everything from helping that entry-level buyer in real estate put the roof over their head to going to the next step and helping them build a portfolio. I do everything from growing into the second property to multi-unit buildings, and we do everything from helping manage that property and building the portfolio, but also helping the entrepreneurial-minded individual to get into commercial. We do some business brokerage as well, where we buy and sell businesses, and we are doing transaction predominantly in the Las Vegas market. However, we have offices where we do some work from coast to coast, and we are working on a project now, which is a high-rise project in Midtown Manhattan. And that's a little bit about me. So I'm happy to share any of the information that I have, and if anyone needs some help, I also do a side company which is called PlatinumEvent.com. That's where we help the entrepreneurially minded grow their vision and help take them up to the next level. So I really come from an area of service in being able to help people go that extra mile, not just with what they can do with the services I provide, but also how I could help them go to the next level in their career, their business, or their vision.
Thank you so much, Don. And Don will facilitate one of our next masterminds. And he does not love to talk. All right. And let's see, Beatrice. Unmute. Beatrice, I'm not able to unmute you. Okay, we'll come back to you later. Carol. Hi, Carol.
Oh, hey. Hi.
Yes.
There I am. Hi, my name is Carol.
Yes.
I was born in Brooklyn and raised in New York. Moved around quite a bit. Lived in Israel for 10 years. Then on to Florida. Now I live in California. I'm in the diamond business, specializing mostly in engagement rings with my partner of 18 years, Paul. We're in the wholesale and internet business. We've also recently, in the last 2 years, gone into the cannabis business in LA. We're licensed in cultivation, manufacturing, and distribution. I'm the mother of 2 children, and that's it.
Thank you, Carol. And Beatrice. Beatrice? Okay. We'll come back to you later. And Farhana. There you go.
Hi, my name is Farhana. I have more than 5 years of research experience, and I am currently a PhD student. I am interested in positive psychology, business psychology, and I love traveling and I read journals, and it is my hobby actually. And I worked as a reviewer for peer reviewer journals. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Sorry, we're almost through. Let's see. And Jillian.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Jillian McKenzie. I'm an associate real estate broker with Compass. So let me just put that out there. Real estate is my passion.
We see the painting.
Oh yeah, that's the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, I am in New York City, in Brooklyn. I do sales all over. So that's my passion and that's just what I do.
I love it. Thank you, Jillian. And let's see, Hiro.
Hello. Hi, I'm Hiro Tahara. I'm a Japanese, but I live in New York for last 25 years. Working for the hospitality company as my passion of food.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Hilary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ilaria Baratto. I'm Italian and I'm 24 years old. I am an interpreter and I'm finishing my master's degree in marketing and communication. I'm working in the marketing field, and starting from February, I've opened my American company. So I'm working on the marketing. I design and project all the content for my clients. And my passions are dance, staying with my friends, my family, and also with my pets.
Wonderful. Thank you, Hilary. Juan from Miami. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Hey guys, hi. My name is Juan Rojas. I am a real estate broker in Miami, Florida. So we help people buy, sell, and rent real estate all over South Florida. I have a lot of clients that are foreign investors. As you can imagine, Miami is, the sexiest city on the planet. And so I have clients from all over the world. I am a father of two, married, and some of my passions are real estate, entrepreneurship, personal development, fitness, and hanging out with people like you guys.
I love it. Thank you, Juan. Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie Erickson, and I am a career coach and an organizational development consultant. I help people find and do work they love. So that and then market themselves to get it. So that may be a job, or it may be that they start their own business. I help with websites, and then I also help with team building and leadership development. And those are my passions. I'm in New Jersey, just outside of New York. I lived in New York 20-something years and then needed grass and trees. And my passions are my cats and my 3 nieces.
Very nice. Thank you, darling. And Dr. Burros.
Hello. First of all, I'm delighted to be here and meet all these wonderful people. So I want to say that. And what I do is I coach leaders that have strong personalities to be more productive quicker. My passion is to help leaders in the work environment.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Dr. Burros. Lovely.
Thank you, Elena.
And Matt.
Great. My name is Matt Shelley. I'm a nonprofit executive. I live in Rockland County, which is north of New York City. Married with 2 kids and have an MBA, but I do work in the nonprofit sector. My side job, it seems, is investing, alternative investments. I've gotten pretty good at knowing the rules of self-directed IRAs. what you can and can't buy, how to use debt in there. I've become a de facto small-time expert because I needed to figure out the rules quickly when things don't go the way I want, especially with debt involved. So happy to talk about self-directed IRAs. And I do play drums on the side. I play in a rock band. I played for probably 30 plus years. And I like to have fun on the weekend with my wife and kids and 2 dogs. And I'm complete. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Michele from Spain.
Hello, I am Michele Kumer. I am Italian but live in Spain for about 13 years. I help people to publish and sell courses online, and I love personal development and travel and trekking.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Mike. Mike?
Yeah, I'm here. I had to get all the mute buttons. My name is Mike Woggle. I'm in Dayton, Ohio. I have 2 kids. For my passions, I think I have too many, but anyway, personal development, entrepreneurship. My big goal is working towards financial freedom. I like travel. My job is as a database administrator, which I really enjoy doing. And I guess I could probably keep going on, but I think I'm done.
Good job. Thank you. Nick?
Hey, Elena. So my name is Nick Isles. I recently moved to LA to pursue my degree in physical therapy. So I am excited about that. I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I've been in California for about 4 years now. And my background is mainly in teaching or coaching. So I have a background in coaching gymnastics, also working with people with meditation, and I've also run events and like online webinars and things like that for a meditation company. But yeah, so right now, just kind of starting fresh with the whole physical therapy thing. And as far as passions go, I would say meditation, teaching, leadership, and just kind of being out in nature.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Paola.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Paola. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Paola. I'm Italian, and I live in Bologna, where I work as a lawyer. And my other passions are to sing, to practice yoga. I'm also a teacher of yoga. And my other great passion is my family, my husband, and my cats.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Paola. And Raj.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to see everyone on the call. And my name is Raj Singh. I am not Italian. I was born and raised in Jersey City, New Jersey, although I am always traveling for over a decade now. I'm a book author, an international speaker. Thanks to Dr. Pizzini, who's been my coach for about 13 years now. I mean, she knew me when I actually had a job, and I'm so grateful for all of her blessings in my life since then. And now I get to literally travel the world just because of my passive income investments working for me, so I don't have to work for it. And my passion is teaching other people how to do the same. Because of that, I'm able to be the lead singer in a Caribbean band. So yes, I'm a rock star, but I never knew I had that talent. And if I'm still working at a job, I wouldn't have known that. So very grateful, and I'm so excited to see everyone again. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. And Dr. Duarte.
Hello, everybody. So great to see and hear familiar faces and voices and reconnect through Elena, my amazing coach. I'm here in St. Louis, Missouri. I was here with Kimi, my dog, who just jumped off, who's one of my passions, as well as my family and my husband in particular. Matthew couldn't join, but will join next time. And I'm a board certified psychiatrist here in the US, although I'm originally from Paraguay. Hablo español. Hola, Juan. And really passionate about bringing to the world the best in the area of mental health and just wellness in general. Currently, I work from home running clinical trials for pharmaceutical companies. And thank you very much, everybody, and looking forward to a great meeting today and thereafter.
Thank you so much, Dr. Zuparte. And Torsten.
Yes, hi everybody. My name is Torsten Bahn. I'm originally from Germany, but I have lived in Vancouver, Canada for the last 20-some years. And I've known Elena for about 8 of those years. My career is I have built with my team a software business that brings auction houses into the online world. And my other passions are travel and cash flow investing.
Thank you so much, Torsten. We're almost done. Thank you for your patience with the introduction. I think, Tal, do you want to introduce yourself? Okay. Maybe he's busy closing a deal. But Carol, it's Carol's partner. All right. And Beatrice, I don't know who that is, but I know who that is. Beatrice, you are the professor. Beatrice? Okay, I'm muting if you want to. Let's see, where did you go? Go for it, Beatrice. Okay. Maybe your mic is not working. Okay, sounds good. Okay. And let me unmute Carol. Carol, unmute yourself so Tal can introduce himself. Okay. All right, we'll do it later. So let's move on. And let's take the first hot seater, quote unquote, who has an urgent and issue topic that would like to ask the group for suggestions. It could be anything, as I mentioned earlier. So within the topic of investments. Does anybody have a burning desire to start? He's a shy. Okay, Juan, go for it. Actually, Juan is the shyest, so I do appreciate it. Good job, Juan. And thanks.
So I guess I don't necessarily have a specific urgent request, but I am curious to get everyone's feedback as to, or perspective, especially since we're talking, with people from all over the world, what your take on the general world economy is, whether you guys expect, things to continue going up, down, sideways. What is your general take?
Excellent question. If it's not clear, please let us know. So at this point, unmute yourself. And go ahead and participate. Okay, Konstantin, did you want to share? No, so I thought I saw a hand raised. Okay, I have to keep everybody muted, or it's too many sounds because a lot of us today. So unmute yourself when you want to share, and or raise your hand.
So I raise my hand, Elena.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
It's Don Lehner. Am I clear to go?
Yeah, go for it. Thank you.
All right. So in regards to the economy of the overall market in the industry, I know that, you know, with our different leaders that we have in role, they tend to have restrictions that go on to other nations. And then what I've noticed here in the real estate world is that the United States has become a little bit more restrictive, but there are ways. In fact, I have had to think out of the box in regards to some of our clients that we have in going above and beyond to find out different banking relations and whatnot. I know that most recently, literally with me being on the Global Business Committee for inbound and outbound trade missions for Las Vegas specific, that's been a real big topic in regards to how are we going to keep our countries communicating and be able to do loans. And a lot of people don't realize that you can be foreign to the United States and have the ability to get a loan, but there are some hoops and jumps that you would need to go through. Now, there are ways to get around that as well, where you can set up entities in the United States. So I've actually added that to the services that I provide when I consult with the clients that I work with, to be able to help them create and establish that entity in the United States and be able to base that in a state that has better taxation, but then you become a U.S. citizen taxpayer. Now, how does that relate to the world economy? Is that Las Vegas in specific is super, 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 super hot right now in regards to everything that's going on. Las Vegas, for instance, has this recreate and reinvent itself mentality. We have a 1.5 mile convention center that is under construction due to launch and add on literally 1.5 miles of convention space here in our market. In addition to that, we have the Raiders Dome that is going to launch in 2020. And what we're seeing is Las Vegas is like a super exciting place to take advantage of. Not only that, they are re-announcing that they're the sports capital of the world, the entertainment capital of the world, the convention capital of the world, and so on. So I do see other markets having a little bit of a plateau and or in some cases deflating. However, with Las Vegas, we've added on another $150 billion of revenue between this year and next year that will be coming out of locations like direct flights to Singapore. We've just added on a direct flight to Iraq and Iran to be able to bring people directly there to add into what Las Vegas has to offer. So what I'm seeing is also, I know I've had some conversations, you know, with Elena with some projects that are going on in Italy, which are extremely exciting as well. So it's really going to be what you make of it. And can you make money when the market's going up, or when the market is going down, or when the market is going sideways? Sure you can. You just need to understand what your strategy is and your buy-in strategy is going to be. Usually, and for those of you that know me, some of you do, I will usually talk about right from the very beginning, looking at a buy and hold strategy, knowing that if a flip comes along, that's an opportunity, and of course we'll take it. And if there's passivity that we get in the interim, of course we'll take it. But the buy and hold always helps guarantee that when you're buying, you're negotiating in at a better price point so you can get the equity growth for the hold period of time. So one thing that I'm happy to share with all of Elena's audience is that we're literally onboarding. In fact, I was in a conference today, an investor program that gives all of our investors an investment portal. So I know that there's a couple or a handful of people that are already working with me on the call today. The good news is we finalized that today. We're beta testing it literally between now and the weekend, and you will get a special invite to see your own portfolio, where your buy-in was and your portfolio growth. So that will work for you, whether you're working with me out of Las Vegas, or for those of you that are starting to ramp up for a project in Manhattan in Midtown, and or whatever we're doing in Miami. You are welcome to come on board with that. So one thing that Elena is, I'm happy if you want to do that, is you can go ahead and share my information for those of you that are interested immediately to get in touch with me immediately, and I'll make sure I add you in to that database that we don't currently have.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anybody
You're welcome.
who wants to add to Juan's question? No, we'll move. Okay. And I forgot to mention the person in the hot seat, in this case, Juan, has two ways to interact with the group. One is tell me more, and the second one is thank you, which means he's heard enough and he's ready for more feedback. Okay, tell me more and thank you. Anybody else who wants to?
So no, I was just going to share. I was just going to, you know, what was his name? Don, thanks so much for that info about Las Vegas. Yeah, I mean, I was curious to know, obviously, like, you know, I understand the market in Miami, in South Florida, and I agree with Don that I think the most important thing is to understand what you're getting yourself into. And I do believe 100% that you can make money in an, you know, in an up market, down market, sideways market, as long as you buy correctly and you understand what you're getting yourself into. So the reason I put the question out there is that I know you know we have other people that had like David Campo Johnny. I'm sorry, I can't say your last name.
David Mayerfield.
Yeah, do you understand gold, right? And I think there was somebody else on the call that understands silver. So I guess I was curious to know what your take is from your perspective, from your corner of the world, what you're seeing, you know, in different industries. So maybe we can put all those ideas and perspectives together, just to have a more a broader context.
David, go for it. Yeah. So one wants your perspective in terms of precious metals and from a European perspective on this economy, the trends of the future economy.
Okay. I work on local business, so I speak every day with a lot of people, but in the local area. So I cannot say really in European vision of the business. But what I can say that there is a lot of people in Italy, especially. They have a lot of money and they want to invest in something, but they are afraid to do it because now there is terror to invest money in any areas. So probably the best thing to do is to plan, to check the best business in the world and don't look at the area around us, but we can move to all over the world to invest or to find some good business where to put money. And this is what I'm doing now. So I work with gold and silver, of course. But for example, last time we talked with Don about real estate. And in Italy, for example, we move 2% of PIL, in English maybe.
GPD, the gross net product.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of money, $1 billion. And I move my interest, my business in this area because I suppose there is something to do interesting there. And probably we are trying to join the joint venture with Don to do something in Italy or in Las Vegas, because we follow the flow.
Excellent. Okay. Juan, you need to hear more? Or are you good?
No, yeah, I think, I mean, that was interesting to hear. I don't know if there's anyone else that maybe is into the stock market. I think there was somebody who was a day trader.
Yeah, Giuseppe.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what they're seeing in general.
Giuseppe, can you say anything? Unmute. You're on mute.
Okay, again. Yeah, okay. Sorry again for the background noise. So from a stock market perspective, really right now, I think the whole market is determining whether we are hitting the highs, because right now we're hitting historical highs, what's called resistance levels in the S&P. So the market's trying to determine whether we're going to go higher or whether we're going to turn around at this point. A lot of that is going to be driven by the trade wars that's going on between the U.S. and China, and also whether central banks around the world are going to continue to support the markets by having low interest rates. But overall, I think a lot of this stuff you guys already know if you follow the markets. There's a lot of slow growth talk out there, and there's a lot of noise around the trade wars. But, you know, all these things are going to go on for weeks. They're going to go on for months. I personally think that we're going to go higher in the markets until the news is released, and then there's going to be a sell-off. Just because there has to be a correction. We are up 13% for the year. We've had one of the best starts to the year. I can't remember since when. I think since the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. But the market has rebounded super strong since December, and there has to be a correction in the near term. I don't know if that answers your question.
I'm curious to know what do you consider a correction, and from your perspective? I mean,
yeah, sure. So the technical definition of a market correction is when the market drops about 10%.
Okay, so you think that that eventually the market will correct itself about 10%, and that's about it?
Well, I don't know if that's about it. I don't even know if it's going to happen. No one knows. No one knows. I would be a trillionaire. I wouldn't be on this call if I knew exactly what's going to happen. But I can tell you that in general, things have been a little bit too hot, and eventually there has to be a correction. I don't know if it's going to be 10%, 20%, but it's probably going to go down if the trade wars. If we get good news from that relatively soon, and if the Federal Reserve continues to support the markets with low interest rates and they don't do a rate hike, I think we can continue to go higher. I mean, the U.S. economy is doing really well, so there's nothing stopping it other than all these different noises that are going on that I mentioned before.
Got it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Elena?
Yes.
I just wanted to share, I'm a career coach, and I work with people around the U.S., and what's been happening is that more and more of my clients are being contacted by recruiters. And I started my business before 2007, and it was a very hot market then. So while it's really good news, it's just actually started. It's really good news for people that people are hiring, companies are hiring, but they're still being incredibly cautious about it. So I'm not hearing a lot of confidence that there's going to be a big boom. I think that there are some startups technology is the field that many of my clients work in. And so they're the ones who are getting called on, and they're not the technologists, they're not the engineers, they're the marketing, they're the sales, they're the customer value representatives, customer success people. So those companies are gearing up. I don't see so much in many of the other sectors. I think everybody got so heavily burned by the last correction or recession. So, I've got some money in stocks, and it's been going up, but only because I followed Warren Buffett's, guidance to buy what I know. But I don't want to put a whole lot more into it. I think it will go higher. I mean, that's usually what happened when there's a lot of hiring going on. But I would agree, just based on, from my vantage point, what David says, that there's a correction coming. Housing prices are unbelievably high in my area. And that's always a danger point, I think.
Thank you so much, Julie. Raj, do you want to add anything in regard to you're also in the world of trading?
Elena?
Thanks, Elena. I love what was said before about real estate. Whether the market's going up, down, sideways, there's always money to be made. It all depends on strategy, and that's been my experience as a full-time investor for over a decade now as well. I specialize in the Forex market and currency trading when I outsource it all to my team with a private investment club. But for the last 7 years that I've been doing this, we've never had a negative month, thank God, but it's because of the strategy. So a lot of people with real estate or Forex or any vehicle, they could lose money and a lot of people can make money. It just depends on the strategy. And the one that we use, Juan, to answer your question as well, we scalp the market. So we're in and out of most trades within 10 minutes. So that way, whether Trump tweets something and you know the market's going up or down, it doesn't matter. As long as there's movement, we're going to go in and out within 10 minutes and do a lot of little wins. And those little wins at the end of the week and the month is what add up to more profitability. So that's just our strategy that works consistently at a slow growth, but it's still been, you know, double-digit returns and so forth with our strategy doing that.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Raj. And Matt, you had something to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to add something about, Juan, you said, just to clarify, that you're in Miami and you do real estate investing, is that correct?
I do. I'm a real estate broker in Miami, right? So we
Okay.
service the whole South Florida area, so the Metro Miami area, Fort Lauderdale, all the way up to Palm Beach.
I just wanted context because I think that part of the way to turn this question a little bit is to think about where capital is. Where's capital coming from? I know that, you know, I'm not a full-time investor. I do work with Don and Raj on a couple of things, but, you know, I run a nonprofit in my daytime. So I've turned to the IRA, the individual retirement account, as a place to get a lot more money working more quickly than I would have, you know, excess personal cash flow, which is not that much. I mean, I've got 2 kids heading to college and whatnot. So I'm a big fan of, you know, all of us looking at the monies we have in our retirement funds and putting that to work beyond the stock market, whether it's real estate investing, whether it's Forex investing, whether it's commodities, or if you're in those businesses like Don and Raj and Juan are, you know, trying to find sources of capital from smaller investors who may be sitting on some big amounts of money, because everybody socks away money in their retirement accounts and they're stuck with, you know, Fidelity or someone else, and they're at the mercy of the market. And so I've just really seen the value of turning the money over for alternative investments relative to an IRA, which are things like real estate, oil. We just bought some crude oil in Montana recently, and that's looking pretty good too. So, you know, not huge amounts, but I mean, as Raj says, you know, lots of littles become a big. You don't always have to have a big to get a big. So I just think, Juan, about the global economy becoming local by saying, who are the investors in the Miami market that may want to bring new sources of cash that they don't know they can bring? So there are 2 main custodians out there. One is Equity Trust Company and one's Broad Financial, and they're always looking for speakers. So to the extent that any of the entrepreneurs on here do the kinds of things legally allowed to be invested in IRA accounts, my suggestion is to check out the IRA custodians who want speakers to be able to promote investments to their participants. So that's just what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Matt. If you can, please use something like a mic or a headset, because there is a little bit of feedback, okay?
All right, so Elena, I had unmuted. This is Don Lehner. Is it okay if I +1 on what Matt had mentioned?
Yeah, please.
So Matt had mentioned that he has done some work with myself and Raj, and I will hopefully share without crossing any boundaries with Matt. But but since he kind of went there, I will say that again, when the market is going up, down, or sideways, it really also has to do with you know, what's the management commitment of that property or that investment. So I know with Matt, you know, we went through some hiccups with his investment, but you know, in regards to the investment in the portfolio that he had built, we were able to come out of one of the investments quite sizably in a really, actually, what I would say a great position in probably about 1 year and 2 months. And we're talking not just double, but triple-digit figure opportunity. And so, and it has to come with a plan of action, because you can't just go and buy a property or make an investment on the stock market and then turn your head away from it. You want to make sure that you're nurturing it and you're watering the plant, if you will, so it's growing into the, you know, or watering the seed so it's growing into the plant that you want. And I know that with us and our commitment and what we do is we look at how do we make money just not on the buy and hold, but what are we going to do in the interim to turn this project into something a bit more passivity? And are the occupants that are renting properties bringing in enough to cover the mortgage and the utility bills and to make sure that the property's coming in? And it does take a team that will ride that with you for the good and the bad. And I was going to say, I've had an opportunity to work with Raj, and for those of you that do work with him, he does an amazing job at what he does. And I know that combined, if you're diversifying, you'll be able to handle different markets. So, and again, if the market's going down and prices are getting out of control, like in the housing market, as it was mentioned earlier, you have the opportunity to also know that that's putting more what could be homeowners into the renter sector. And that's when, if you're investing into property, you can look at rental increases to get you through a depressed market. I know when the market had crashed in Las Vegas, everyone was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? But my investors made some of the most money they could ever make during that crash because we were buying and renegotiating with the banks directly and then putting renters in there, which were the homeowners that could still afford a decent size mortgage, now rent. And then we gave those same owners the opportunity to buy when they got their credit ducks back in a row in a stabilized market. So you can make money up, down, and sideways. It's, are you with the right team? Are you working with the right people? I'm so glad to hear that there's someone in real estate in Miami, because I have my one of my portfolio managers is based out of Miami, so it's good to know that there's an extended family, I guess, if you will, because it does take communities like Elena has put together here to help watch each other's back and to help look out for the success of each other. And I'm a big proponent of success breeds success. So thank you very much, Elena, for bringing us all together today.
Thank you all, and thank you, Don. So, okay, let's, we will take another hot seater. We went a little longer on this question, but hopefully you all found it interesting and got insights. So the next hot seater can even be questions about the mindset, the right mindset around wealth, investments, and a particular type of investment, whether it's business or another vehicle. But before, because I did promise I was gonna stay within the hour, we may go a little over time, but just in case you need to go, I do want to announce that we would like to keep these to once a month, if that works for you. And I'll invite some more people. Also, feel free to invite one guest each, and we will change the theme every time. So Julie has offered to co-facilitate the next one, and I think you'll find it a gold mine. The topic is going to be how to connect with anyone you want to. And Julie is a whiz, is an expert in LinkedIn and Wikipedia, among other platforms. So this mastermind is going to be more educational, but you will have a chance to ask questions. Does that sound good? You'll be able to find anybody you want to on LinkedIn. Yes, anybody you want to find. I thought so, knowing you. So as far as times, if we keep it to the first Wednesday, thank you, at around this time, will that be okay for you all? So the next one will be Wednesday, May 1st at the same time. So first Wednesday. Yeah, thumbs up, everybody? Okay, good. Okay, I'll send you, my marketing team will send you the next reminder. So let's take one more. Who would like to be in the hot seat with a new question, problem that you want feedback on, masterminding on, or solutions from the rest of the group? Raise your hand. Anybody? Or the people who are not on video, just unmute yourself or put it in the chat. Oh, Nick, okay. I thought I saw your, okay. Nick, go for it.
Cool. Just trying to get the buttons on. So I appreciate what everybody was saying. For me, I'm kind of new to investing. So I was wondering if anybody had any insight as far as like somebody that's a beginner. as far as what they can do to start leveraging some passive income. For me as a student, it would be helpful if I could start building some passive income so I can focus on my studies in other areas that I'm trying to focus on.
Great question. Is that clear for everybody? So for beginner investors and also leveraging academia, Nick is going for his PhD, which is a huge undertaking for those of us doctors who had to go through the torture. So, you know, it's also about leveraging that too, the education. So does anybody have any feedback for Nick? And Don, go for it. Unmute yourself. There you go.
I'm not sure if this is going to go on this line.
Okay, you may want to use your phone. Okay, the 702, there you go, unmute. Okay, good. Don, you are unmuted. Let's see. Okay, well,
I guess I have a couple of tips for Nick, especially if you're a student and you're just kind of starting out. I think if it was me starting out, what I would do is number one, keep my expenses as low as possible, right? My household expenses, my living expenses, don't get anything fancy. Just keep them as low as possible. And I think if, you know, I mean, obviously I don't know you too well, but if you're into, you know, physical therapy and fitness and coaching and all these things, I would literally just put all my energy into that and just figure out how to monetize that some way. And I'm sure a lot of people here, you know, between all the services that everyone provides, I think that's probably where I would focus my energy. I know, you know, before being a real estate broker and getting to business, I was actually a pre-med student. I was a biology major and chemistry minor. And so I went all the way up to like almost taking the MCAT. I was studying for the MCAT. And now I've seen that there's people who have created like, you know, MCAT pre-med YouTube channels on how to succeed as an MCAT student, or maybe how to succeed as a PhD physical therapy student, because, you know, you may be, I don't know, 1 out of 100,000 all over the country. And so I think if you focus on that, that's probably what I would do. I don't know anywhere. Thanks.
Great. And why don't you tell him about the challenge that you are doing, that you organized, the fitness challenge? Maybe that can give him an idea. One.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, so I earn money through real estate. That's my focus. But I think fitness is really important, and personal development and all these things. And so I just try to, you know, merge both together. I figured the best way for me to operate was to just kind of stay within what I like and enjoy anyway. So I ended up putting together a fitness challenge with my friends and clients and sort of just contacts and people that I knew, where everyone, our company sponsored the fitness challenge, and it was a 12-week fitness challenge, transformation fitness challenge. So, you know, to transform their body. So I think we have 2 weeks left. And actually, if you go to YouTube and you look up JPR International Fitness Challenge, you'll see a couple of videos from people that lost, you know, over 100 pounds, and it was really fantastic. So yeah, I think that the trick is just to figure out how to just keep doing what you're doing, but monetizing it in some way.
Great.
Thank you.
Anybody else wants to add? Okay. So Don, I don't know where you are with your mind. Okay, Don.
So in regards to Nick's question there that he had earlier in regards to just getting started and how, Matt alluded to it earlier in regards to the self-directed IRAs. So usually when I'm consulting any of my investors for the first time, we're actually talking about where they fit in the qualifying realm and what are they working with financially? Are they leverageable? to be able to get a loan or not. And those who are not leverageable, maybe they don't have their credit, but they have a little bit of money or some money or a lot of money, but where do we get them started? That's where you could look at different ways to get investing in real estate for sure. I think Raj has some portfolios that he can get you into as well with smaller amounts of dollars. I do what's called a pooled investment program as well with me, and what we do is we help establish the entry-level entrepreneur into an entity of sorts. And that entity may be through a self-directed IRA, so that way you could defer some taxation responsibility. As Matt had mentioned, that's something that he found very, very lucrative, and I see that as well. So I know that I'm working with another customer client right now where they had about $250,000 plus from their company that they had left their company with in a retirement program. We were able to convert that into a self-directed IRA program where we had the self-directed IRA literally buy her entity that we created. And now the entity is a stock portfolio entity that buys and sells stock on the stock market. They work with the Forex model. They also work in real estate. And so you can get started with little amounts down. I'm happy to help you in regards to that as well. Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you so much. And Raj.
Thanks for the shout out, Don and Matt. Appreciate that. Juan, or actually, sorry, Nick, to answer your question about how to start passive income investing. Yes, they do say that it takes money to make money, but what Don was alluding to as well, no one said it had to be your money, right? So if you can partner up with people, that's one of the things I did when I started. And what I show people as an example with my, I have an ATM training course where I show people how they can own ATM machines. And what I say is if they have the money to own one, they can do that. Or if they don't have enough money to own one, then the next step, they can lease one. So now you split the profits with someone that has more of the money. Or if you have no money to own one, you can do the groundwork and actually have, once you find the location, then you can still get passive income from that as well. It won't be as much as if you had your own money in the game, your own skin in the game, but you still can get it that way. So if you take that same psychology and use it to any type of vehicle that you're looking at, whether it's real estate or anything else, just try to figure out a creative way how you can partner with someone else maybe even to have more leverage. And then your income goes to infinity, right?
Great. Thank you. And Matt.
I apologize if it's staticky. I'll bring a headset next time. I want to give a plug for education. I think that there is a lot of low-cost education courses out there. For me, I happen to do the T. Harv Eker work. I went to the Millionaire Mind Weekend, went to Never Work Again. And I found that going offline for 3 days, in the case of Never Work Again, going offline for 5 days, paying not a lot of money, under $1,500, it was just a great way to really educate myself and steep myself in all kinds of presenters, all kinds of theories, from owning ATM machines to owning coffee machines to real estate investing to international real estate investing, Costa Rica. It's a great way to match buyers and sellers of opportunities and to educate yourself and envision possibilities for yourself in a way that you can't do it when you're studying for your PhD program. So I'm a big fan of going offline and getting some education.
Fantastic. Thank you. Very good. If okay, so let's see. Does anybody else have wants to be in the hot seat as burning questions?
I just want to say thanks, everybody. That was very, very useful.
Thank you so much, Nick. Very good. I'm glad you asked. Okay, so everybody is adding a lot of value. So thank you. I hope everyone, every single person is taking at least one insight home from today's call. And does anybody else have a question for the group? If not, we'll adjourn. Don't be shy.
I guess I would just like to. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
My question was actually just, you said something earlier about inviting somebody to the next session. At some point, can you elaborate on that? It can be after his questions.
Thank you, Nick, for asking. Yes, just to make the group stronger, and the more mind, the more hearts, the better. So I share your loved ones. I mean, I trust your loved ones share your same goals and vision for wealth, for advancement. And so you are welcome to bring one business partner, a life partner, a best friend, an associate. So everyone is allowed to bring at least one guest. And I will put that in the reminder that we will email you out. Oh, good. Fantastic. Okay. Anybody else wants to be in the hot seat for today? We'll take one more round if anybody is available or has burning questions. And I gave you some ideas. So I'll give you some more. It could be around an investment in your business or in other people's businesses. It could be a question around using other people's money, OPM. It could be also around marketing, because obviously that is an investment when you invest in marketing to make more money. It could be an investment in people and contacts, or maybe you want to diversify and you're curious about a new industry or niche but you don't have the contacts for. So okay, so let me see again. Does anybody have a burning question to ask the group? You can raise your hand or put in the question box or unmute yourself. And Constantine, I don't know if you're raising your hand or you're adjusting. No question. Okay. All right. Okay. So, okay. So I think this was it for today. We kept it nice and concise. And thank you all for participating. I appreciate it. I'm glad we stayed over within the time. I will send you the recording in case you want to re-listen to anything. And just let me see with one word or one concise sentence in the question box, one thing you learned today or one action you're going to take as a result of today's mastermind. One action you'll take, or just one word to let us know what you learned. In the question box, everybody, and I'll read it. So Sandra, Dr. Duarte, look into passive income investments and follow through. That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Raj. Very good. So I'm glad. And I count on all of you again to be here with all of us on the 1st of May. We'll start the month right in high gear, and Julie's gonna take us. Well, I think had to get off. Julie's gonna take us through all the secrets of LinkedIn to meet anybody you want to connect with. Yeah, good or good. Okay, so Matt, consider gold and silver investment in IRA. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So if you have any more questions, please reach out. And I'm happy to put you all in touch because obviously I do have everybody else's contact. So thank you for participating, for your genius mind. I love you all, and spread the wealth and spread the love. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, Mike, I will put you in touch with Don. Okay. Ciao. Bye.